Hey everyone. Today with the Open Hearth, we are continuing our game of Two Summers in our Silent Falls continuity. My name is Donna. My pronouns are he, him. I am running the game. Let's get a quick intro from our players, their characters, and maybe a little bit of previously on or previously in Silent Falls. So let's go left to right in the character keeper as usual.
Hi, I'm Kay. I use the she and they variety pronouns. And I am playing Jeremiah Briarwood Barnes. He, him, I think sometimes occasionally they names. I forget what I put there. And I'm looking at other people's cool faces instead. He is our community athlete. He sort of spent last session highlighting some of the key relationships in his life. So his secret relationship with Terry, the pressure of baseball, his connection with the Briarwoods and its lack of clarity entirely, uh, as well as returning to the Falls as an adult to the Monteiro estate, which we left off with the cliffhanger of him heading off somewhere with Mayor Montanaro in a car.
Hi, I'm Mads, they, them pronouns. I'm playing Terry Delling, he, him. Yeah, and I think last time we were showing off the teen relationship with Jeremiah, uh, and then like having a flash forward to the present as an adult, and Terry's back in town for some reason for, I guess, a homecoming tour for a band that he's promoting back in their old digs in the Dripping Dagger where he used to work, and see Jeremiah for their little dates, I guess, and also touched upon his relationship with his aunt, who seemed like she was, I guess, suffering in silence with some kind of possible health issue that she was not admitting to, but he was concerned about it, and we may be seeing more of that later. And yeah, it's gonna be interesting. So yeah. Oh, and he gives off like exceptional, responsible older brother energy for everyone. So.
Hi, I'm Mark. I use he, him pronouns, and I am playing Kira Holwell, who uses she, her pronouns. Kira is the bad seed of the group of Boy Scouts that make up this little group of friends. Um, Last week, I remember specifically she had an incident where she and Remy were digging around in a restricted room at the library trying to find some narcotics that Remy had stashed in there. And we found instead some apparently occult items and a bag of magic mushrooms, which Kira is probably going to try to get the friends to enjoy at a picnic in the woods. We'll see if we can make it happen sometime.
Awesome. Um, Yeah, so we spent quite a lot of time last week with the kids, so I think we should slip forward into the adult timeline, compare and contrast. Um, Mark, do you have anywhere you'd like to start?
So I know that we've seen during the brief adult introductions, we've seen Kira working at the Seventh Falls Examiner, which is she's running essentially by herself, dealing with her husband and her two kids, Evan and Franca. Um, I know that ooh, um, if Terry is in town, maybe it would be interesting if she was out and about and ran into Terry. um, at some point. Does that work for you, Mads?
Oh, that works out great. Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe-
So, go ahead, Mark.
Oh, she gets a tip off, I think. Kira gets a tip off from someone at the Dripping Dagger that Terry Delling is back in town, um, out of the blue. And I don't think we'd established that anybody knew that anyone else was showing back up, did we? In town?
Well,
Is
I
this all
mean,
happenstance?
single side, was doing their homecoming tour, like,
Uh,
and it's kind of low key
yeah,
for them, but the poster started going up, so that's not new
right.
necessarily. But, maybe if you remember that single side was, like Terry's favorite band, I mean, maybe that
Mm-hmm.
would ring a bell or two.
That
And
makes sense.
yeah.
Do you think Terry is putting up those posters himself, or is he like giving a few
Oh
bucks
no.
to a kid
Oh
to,
no. He's been giving out some cash to the locals. Are you
yeah.
kidding? No.
Uh, do you think it could be one of Kira's kids? Like,
Yeah, that would be kind of neat. What? Yeah, it's probably what to one of the to one of what's Kira's new last name?
She kept her last name Holwell.
Okay, so yeah,
Yep.
then he wouldn't know like that it's, one of her kids. So,
The kids actually also have her last name.
oh really?
Yes.
Oh. Maybe okay, so who do you think is most likely to uh do this public service for cash? Franca or your son?
It should probably be Evan, just
Okay.
because.
Evan Holwell. Huh. Hey, you related to Kira? I mean, like, he's like, I just need these posters put up around town for a band.
I mean, I
That's
guess, yeah. She's my mom.
wait, you're Kira's kid? Really? I, okay. Um, well, here's some cash. If you can put these up in some of the local places, you know, to be seen, please. That would be appreciated. And yeah, if you could let your mom know that Terry's back in town.
So
She
I'm not sure how much confidence you have that Evan will pass along any
He
message,
probably
but
won't, but I mean, like, it's fine. I mean, if he doesn't, I mean, again, he just kind of like shrugs it off if, like, if the kid does or not, so it's fine.
yeah. Mark, do you think it's more interesting if you hear this, from one of your spies in the Dripping Dagger, or whether like at dinner that evening, you know, maybe this tidbit of news gets thrown out in order to, you know, throw you off the scent of something else that Evan does not want you looking into.
Ooh, well, that's a good idea. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Weren't you called to pick Evan up from school for like a fight or something
Ooh,
last
yup.
session?
Yeah,
Yeah, who's this?
totally.
Who's this Terry guy, mom? Damn.
Yeah, I know that he had been having problems we established last week with another kid there, and it makes sense that she was forced to pick him up. So yeah, she picks him up from school, and he relays the information. I don't know, we don't need to play that out, I guess. Um, and she says, "T- "What did he look
Did,
like?"
did you like date this guy?
No. Oh my God. He was like my mom. It was like
What?
yeah, I mean, he was not dateable material, Evan, I assure you. He was more interested in making sure I did the right thing than getting up to any
Were
shenanigans.
you were a troublemaker, were you?
No. And then she kind of like glances aside out the window. No.
I mean,
You know me.
what kind of things did you need adult supervision to do right, Mom?
I I can tell you that Terry was a very responsible person, and he just tried to make sure that everyone was taking care of everything that they needed to. I didn't really need any help. I was very on top of not getting into trouble and taking care of my grades and so forth. But he just put out that kind of aura, kind of a big brother aura, I guess. Yeah, go ahead.
Sure. I mean, I believe you. I believe you. Thousands wouldn't, but I trust you, Mom. You
Listen,
can.
I'm just gonna drop you off at the house, okay?
Okay. Okay.
Go inside. Why don't you go ahead and wash the dishes and get to your homework. And when your dad gets home, the three of us will sit down and talk about whatever issue you're having here. So she drops him off and drives to the Dripping Dagger. Um, on the lookout for her friend Terry from her
Yeah.
misspent youth.
Um, okay. I will. I can lay off the teenage size for a while. What paint the scene here, Mads? What does Kira see of Terry when she kicks down the door?
Kicks down the door?
Well,
What?
you know,
I mean, okay, so what time are we talking here? We're talking at the
I
Dripping
guess
Dagger.
it's mid-afternoon or early
Mm.
afternoon. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I mean, I think Terry is, you know, well, he hasn't lost his his desire to stay like, fit, like for doing stuff. He's always on the move. I mean, like, he's done this like when he was working at the Dripping Dagger anyway. So he is still kind of like a roll up your sleeves kind of guy for doing things, even though he's on the promotion side um, these days. So he is always ready to pitch in and do stuff. So he's wearing comfortable trousers, like they're loose enough to be able to move and do things, but they're cut and they're, you know, fairly bespoke. So I mean, like, he's showing he's got some resources, and he's like well muscled. He's wearing like a fitted t-shirt, you know, black t-shirt, and you can tell from just like looking at his back, it's like he's like he's fit. It's fine, and he turns around and then he'll see you, and it's Kira. Is that you?
Well, well, well. And she makes her way over to you to try to give you a hug.
Yeah, I mean it's still kind of awkward. He still has like a little bit of that like that boyish awkwardness that he had before, but yeah, I mean just yeah.
You know, I saw Single Side was going to be in town, and here you are.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow, you look really good.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
Have
They're
you
doing
seen? Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
no, I mean they're doing a homecoming, and so I mean if they're going to be doing a homecoming, I'm of course their guy. So that's why I'm here.
Very cool.
You're still here. I'm actually surprised.
Still, Yeah, I know. It's been a long time. I've thought
And
about leaving, but
I saw your kid
yeah, Evan.
was putting up posters for me.
Yeah. He's a lot to deal with, but you know, if he needs a you to keep him straight. Unfortunately, he doesn't have one.
Um, and he doesn't
If
want to ask, but he kind of wants to ask. I mean, um, uh, dad still in the picture?
Yeah, yep, absolutely. And I think that you get the sense that she's like a little bit.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm okay. Sometimes marriage is tough. Yeah. Did you have you Are you involved with anyone?
He kind of turns away from you. No,
Hmm.
no.
Still carrying a torch?
What? No.
Okay. So I'm sorry. I didn't mean to, I didn't bring up I didn't mean to bring up, tough
It's nothing.
memories.
No, it's fine. It's fine. And he just says that real fast. It's like he's not even looking at you.
So,
What do you think of the place? I mean, try to get it spruced up as much as possible. I mean, and he's just looking around again, not looking at you. It's like I tried to like add a few more lights over here, and then the sound stage is going to be like tricked out with a few more boards to make sure that they've uh, they've improved their sound a little bit more. And he gets a little bit more technical, like as he's trying to explain to you like what's going on to just cover up, like not wanting to discuss anything about anything.
yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's only so much sprucing up you can do. It's kind of,
Well,
you know, it's always been a
again,
dump.
sure. And he laughs, and it's got that resonant laugh that he's always had. Yeah, but I mean, it's our dump, right? I mean,
It is. Oh my God, you should come to dinner.
what?
Yeah, no,
What?
no, no.
I,
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
don't want to impose. I mean,
Oh, not at all.
I,
No,
are you sure?
totally.
I mean, I could take
Yeah.
you guys out to dinner if you want.
Oh no, not at all. No, no, no. I'll get something together. And let's do it tomorrow night. Is that tomorrow night? Is that good?
D- Uh, sure, sure.
I
Yeah,
mean, you're
let
staying
me.
for a while, right? You're not just bumping through like a bumbly bumbo.
A what? What?
She,
Where'd you get
I,
that?
I don't know. It's when you're a parent, you say weird shit like that sometimes to your kids.
You, wh- when did you ever cover up anything on anything? I mean, you swear like a sailor. What are you talking about?
Oh, well, um, I turned over a leaf of sorts. I turned the leaf on it. I reoriented the leaf. So I didn't, it's not
He
flipped
actually
over.
comes over to you and then will put both hands on your shoulder and say, Kira, are you okay?
I'm fine. I'm fine. Your hands are so strong. Your hands are really strong. How much do you work out?
Enough.
Yeah. Um,
And you're sure tomorrow night will not be an imposition?
no, not at all. It'll
Okay.
be fantastic.
Just here, and he pulls out his phone. It's like, what's your address?
Boopity boop boop boop. Puts it in for you. Yeah. So sounds good. And she seems a little bit like I will, yeah, text me
Sure,
and hey, maybe I'll come to the show.
sure,
That sounds great. So I'll see you at the show.
sure. Absolutely. I'll definitely save you a seat.
All right. Awesome.
Okay.
All right. Um, and I was wondering if they had like something they used to say, but I can't think of anything good. Uh, all right. Well, I'll see you later.
And I think his usual farewell for you is something very plain, but it's always something he says, which is take care of yourself, Kira. And he'll maybe like tweak your chin or something like that, just something
Aw.
usual.
So I think that Kira gets into her car, sighs, and puts her hands on the steering wheel. And she's thinking that Terry has um, she knows, how Terry feels about things, but I think that she's a little bit ooh, she's a little bit taken by him at the moment. Having not seen him in so long, he looks fantastic. And so she's a tiny bit smitten, I think, at seeing him after all this time. She drives off.
See, Evan totally called it. Oh.
All right, thank you.
Yeah. So hey, what about Jeremiah? My melodrama instinct is to have Kira go out one door and him come in the other door and hit Terry for a 1-2. But do you have something else in mind?
I had something else in mind, but I will give you that. I will give you this or my idea. You can pick. I'll let you pick as you are the director. And so we can do that. Or my idea was he was gonna meet up with Jenny Montanaro at the hotel. Uh, but we can do either. We'll get whatever, I imagine whatever we don't do now, we'll do later. So whatever you want to do first.
Um, yeah, I guess seeing Terry and Jeremiah together is on everyone's wish list. So let's just do it now.
Yeah.
You can sort
Yeah.
your real estate needs at a later date.
At a later date. Yeah. So that'll have, that'll be a forward flashback, whatever. So yeah, he shows up at the Dripping Dagger to come check it out because it's been a long time. And also there's been talks about who's going to take it over now that Lorraine has passed. And so yeah, I think he doesn't even recognize Kira. They like patch. I don't know if she would recognize him because he does look pretty samey. But he just like it's like just passes her without even recognizing her. But he also probably got the whole like ball cap on and glasses and things like that. And just pushes right in through the door, and without
Oh,
even looking
I
up.
just want wait before you do that. Like, is there
Okay.
clientele at this time of day? Like, are there just people like going in just to like, have food or just do just general
I
shit, like
mean,
regulars, just
probably a couple of people,
okay. Yeah,
but
I was just
people like
curious.
Jim Barnes
If
maybe.
Jim Barnes is still alive, he's
That's
probably
true.
drinking.
That's true. Like, there's always going to be like that regular that's always there, like no matter what time of the day. Yeah. Okay. Just
Yeah.
checking. Okay. So yeah, I mean, like, he's in the like Terry's still in the more like, you know, um, where they're staging the show part, and like he's just like reviewing some of the setup and everything, just making sure that the lighting's there and like checking the boards and such. um yeah, maybe he has turned away from the door like ever, like since Kira left, and he's now like fiddling with the sound system. Maybe he's bent over some of the speakers and such. So
Yeah, I think you're bent over the speakers. When you hear a voice you haven't heard in a really long time, just go, hey, excuse me, do you know where the manager is right now?
I think the camera like immediately cuts to like Terry's face as he recognizes that voice, And then it's just like shock. And he just doesn't even look over his shoulder, although like his eyes kind of like look. And he just says, and he kind of tries to change his voice a little bit. It's like, no, I haven't seen anybody.
Oh, well, do you know if they're on break or something, or if they're going to be back in a little bit? I figured because you're doing like key line assembly, you must be at least semi in charge of something around here.
Just fixing the cables.
Oh, do you need to help? My friend showed me how to do this actually a long time ago. And he'll go to like bend over the
It's
box,
okay. It's
offer
okay.
assistance, and our
It's a
faces are so close as he like kneels, and then it's, oh, hey Terry, pulls back up, but it's slow, slow pull up.
and Terry will just not even like look and just like do the rubbing of the head and just like, just like kind of like wipe his hands on his bespoke trousers and then slowly get up and then look at you. Hi, Jeremiah.
But you were touring or something, right? And like you can't tell
Promoting.
what his eyes are looking because he's wearing sunglasses and his
Right.
hands shoved in his pocket and
Promoting. And Single Side is doing their homecoming tour. And they've come home to the Dripping Dagger. And he's keeping his expression as like deadpan as possible, along with the tone of his voice as he's looking at you. Like, but you can see there's a muscle in his jaw that's working as he's trying to stay calm.
yeah, that must be, yeah, I remember you were obsessed with them when we were kids. That must be really great for you. It sounds like your career's going really well.
Yeah, I mean, they wanted to come home, and I said that I would be their guy, and he smiles a little at that,
Yeah, seems
and
to be a lot of that lately.
and he like the smile dies, and then he just kind of looks away from you.
Do you know where
But
Shasta is? She's still managing, I imagine, right? Yeah.
I I guess I've been busy. I
Right.
don't know.
Yes. Yeah. Right. You're not, local
No,
in-room boy anymore, guy, anymore. Uh,
no.
someone else.
Yeah. What are you doing here, Jeremiah?
Um,
He's looking right at you.
yeah, you're looking right at him and you he's wearing sunglasses so you can't see, but you know he's averting his eyes. Like you just in your soul, you know it. Uh, Lorraine's not doing so hot. Sh I've got some time before practice season starts and this place, he looks around. There's some discussion about it and other stuff, and apparently once a Briarwood, supposedly always one, kind of.
Yeah. Okay.
But you just here for the one tour job and then you're off. I imagine you move around a lot. And he like you can see the way his head tilts. He's looking at your hand. He's looking for a ring.
There's no ring,
There's
but
no
you
ring.
can see that his hand is clenched, and it's
Yeah.
clenched tightly. You know, my aunt passed away 5 years ago, and he's
Shit.
narrowing his eyes at you.
I Yeah, I know. We were in the middle of the semifinals. I sent I had the team's PR assistant. She sent some flowers and stuff.
Yeah,
We
thanks.
were I was in Kansas because we had games and I couldn't get off schedule or
Yeah, it, yeah, it's okay. It's okay, Jeremiah. It's fine. I gotta
you
get back to work.
yeah, sure. He like puts like a hand back of his head. Yeah. Are you sticking around for a bit? When's your show? Uh,
And he just kind of indicates the poster in a few days. Um,
Too late to buy tickets or
no, no, I mean, just keeping it low key. Whoever
yeah,
wants to
I'll talk to
show.
yeah, I'll talk to Shasta about it. Yeah,
Okay.
should have recognized it was you from behind. And then like he realizes what he said and goes like so red, like you stupid idiot, like what just came out of your mouth? Like
And he just like his face just goes, just
sorry, I apologize. I was just trying to be funny and that was never really my shtick. I'm just better with balls. Baseballs, bats. I'm gonna go look for Shasta. And he turns around and shows you
I
staring
mean, his
at the
face is
baseball butt.
just changing into all sorts of expressions. Like,
It's
what
an
the
impressive
fuck is going on?
baseball booty as he like runs away towards the office.
And he just, yeah, like Terry's just like, what the hell is going on? And then turns back to the thing he knows best, which is the soundboards. Ugh, yeah. Glad
Okay.
to see the awkwardness has not changed one bit. Goddamn.
Yeah,
Uh,
I imagine they went through the awkwardness, evened out, broke up, and now it's back.
But adult form, yes.
But adult form, so it's so much worse.
So much worse. God.
I mean that car crash at least warrants everyone's teenagers getting tokens. Uh,
How many? Oh,
sorry, everyone gets one. Everyone has.
aw.
I don't think I'd give out extra unless
Okay.
Uh,
Do I hold on? Because I didn't get any for the interaction with Kira. Yeah, it was something. Was me interacting with
well,
Kira, or do I get one for Kira too?
uh, so looking at your concerns, I
Oh, the
guess
connecting with
you're,
the band, I guess, because I mean, like I was mentioning the band at the Dripping Dagger, maybe?
yeah, but I think we need a scene to concentrate on that,
Okay,
whereas that was
yeah,
just kind of
okay.
one
I'll
drama
just
after another. Yeah,
okay, then I'll just take the one. I'll just take the one then. That's
just take the
fine.
one.
Okay, fine.
And Mark take one for Kira because juggling teenagers and inviting people to dinner. That's such a family thing to do, right?
So brave. My God.
Um, I mean, at least when we see Eddie on screen, he will be going, that is a messed up couple."
I cannot. I mean, I want to see this now. I want to see like Terry over at dinner. Holy shit. God damn.
I believe you
Uh,
mean Terry and Jeremiah over at dinner.
yeah, yeah.
I see someone has plans.
If I have anything to do about it.
If I have anything to do with it.
Okay. So our next scene, I guess, Mark. I mean, we should uh, we should close the streams and have Kira and Jeremiah meet up later on. Had you any thoughts on whether you thought Jenny and Eddie work together in the
I was
same
gonna
real estate
suggest that.
office.
Yeah, I think that you had even established it. Somebody had established it last
We talked
time.
about it last time.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were wondering whether it'd be juicier if they were coworkers or competitors, or maybe there's the real estate coworkers are competitors, right? Maybe
They
the
are. You have
yeah.
to be, right? Yeah.
Um, so I think we can maybe have our cake and eat it by having maybe Kira talking to Eddie. This is our first time seeing Eddie on screen. And then Jeremiah arrives and can meet with Kira and then also start the ball rolling on the real estate.
Yeah, no, that sounds good.
So Kira in this scenario has stopped by the real estate office where Eddie and Jenny both work.
Yeah, and maybe it's to talk about Evan. Maybe it's to talk about impromptu dinner plans. Uh, tell us a little bit about Eddie. Like, we do not have a face claim for him yet.
No.
What's he like? Like, what's
Uh,
his apart from like not getting on with Kira very much?
yeah, really. I think that he is a few years older than Kira, and graduated high school before these three were in their senior year. Um, and he he is he's a nice guy, but he's also there's something missing there. Um, that is difficult to put your finger on for some reason. Um, Anyone else have anything they want to throw in that would be interesting?
But we need to
Let me
make
see.
him peak uncomfortable. Not that there is anything wrong with this. I will state that out loud. Recording, there is nothing wrong with this, but he definitely has a dad bod. Uh,
Yeah,
because in comes Terry, rippled from running
right.
around equipment and professional athlete, you know, to make a man feel uncomfortable in his unsteady marriage.
I think Rob Delaney is probably who we're looking for here. The more
I
that I
think
think about it now,
that sounds pretty good.
he's on my brain recently. Um, yeah, and I mean, is that enough for you to work with?
Sure. I mean, he's funny. He's a great guy. Just,
Yeah,
not
I mean, he's not these guys. He's not,
not working out.
yeah, he certainly isn't replacing, he's not giving her what she needs on some level. Um, Something that she gets maybe from her old friends. Yeah, it is kind of sad, Mads. You're right.
So, yeah. So you arrive at the real estate office and he's doing some paperwork, I guess, or on a call, and he kind of finishes up fairly quickly and looks at you confusedly. Uh, right?
Hi. She walks over and I think she'll give him a peck on the cheek. How's it going?
Okay. Uh, what's going on?
I picked Evan up. I don't know if you're like avoiding calls from the school or if he didn't call you, but I got a call that he needed to be picked up, and it sounds like he's suspended for a couple of days again.
Okay. Uh, I'm sick of reading that kid the riot act.
Yeah, well, I don't know.
Uh,
Maybe that's not working. Maybe something else needs to be tried.
yeah.
I mean, I feel
Um,
like as the father figure for him, maybe there's
it's my fault. Is that what you're saying?
no, I'm not saying it's your fault. I'm saying that there's something that maybe he needs from you that he's not getting, and so he doesn't understand. He doesn't understand how to be an upstanding person. That's what I think. Anyway, he was
That sounds like, oh, I'm such a bad role model for him.
come
Like
on, that's no.
he doesn't know how to like act. He doesn't know
That's
how to be a decent person. That's what you're saying. Like,
Eddie, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that, I don't know. He needs something that I guess neither one of us is giving him, really. That's what it boils down to. Um, I think that well anyway, so he told me that my old friend Terry Delling is in town. So I went to see him. Hey, he's at the Dripping Dagger and he's promoting a band that he used to be a big fan of. So that's pretty cool, right?
yeah, yeah, uh, yeah. I didn't really know your friends back then. They
I
were,
know you're older. That's cool. You were at college, when we were in high school. But he's coming to dinner tomorrow night.
okay.
So yeah, you don't have a showing or anything, right? She seems
Uh,
almost hopeful.
and yeah, he turns back to his computer and checks his diary.
I think in that
Tomorrow.
moment, lull, if it's okay, can I bring Jeremiah in or do you want more time?
No, perfect.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
goes to
that
the
sounds good.
and there's a knock on the door. Hi, so sorry. I was looking for Jenny Montenero's office. This was the only one with the door open.
Uh, yeah, come in, sir. Yeah.
What
Um,
the hold it? What the
Yeah,
hell?
he's got a ball
and
cap on.
I think what's happened here is that probably Eddie is a baseball fan and recognizes you, right?
Oh, maybe, yeah. He could totally that. That could totally be it.
Yeah.
Shut the door, Jeremiah
Oh,
Briarwood
oh,
Barnes.
Oh, are you a fan? I can write
Uh,
I don't have anything on me. Do you have like a paper or a ball or something?
sir, you don't need to do any of that here. Why don't you sit down and we'll look after your real estate needs? Sorry, sorry, Kira. Can you
Wait, did you just
Kira.
say
tomorrow night
Kira?
will work fine.
Did you
Tomorrow
just say
night will work fine.
Kira?
So Kira turns to Jeremiah and says, "You do not recognize me?"
Oh my God, you're so tall now. Like full, I think he
Yeah.
pulls on the glasses because you're just like in his mind forever shrimp. And he pulls like his glasses off to really look at you, the sunglasses off, and he smiles. And I think he kind of can't help himself, especially after how disastrous it was meeting Terry. He's like, wow, yeah, I just wasn't thinking, blinders on. I'm doing a task, how I got. Wow.
She walks over to hug him.
Yeah, and I think he's like, it's clear he hasn't been given a genuine hug in years and like doesn't necessarily know how to like put his arms around someone, but he's trying.
Does he pick her up
Oh God, yes, he
in
picks her up
his
and spins her
giant
again because he used
strongman
to. Yeah,
arms?
because he used to do that when they were little, when they were younger, little. When they were
Yeah,
young, he picks
yeah.
her up and he spins her around and is like, still got it.
She said, "Oh my God, when it rains, it pours. Guess who I saw today?"
Uh, Joined to my sister, who I think she's
No,
still in town. Yeah.
she sits on the desk, interposing herself between Eddie and I'm sorry, Jeremiah. So they can't even see each other. And she says, I saw Terry Delling.
And his face
Terry,
just falls for a fraction before like a perfect PR face slips on. And he's like, "Oh yeah, Terry, he's at the Dagger actually. Yeah, right. He's probably at the Dagger. He's got the show going on. That show thing, right? I saw posters in town."
yes, exactly. Oh my God. Yes, exactly. Well, anyway, I mean, it's so amazing. We have to catch up. Can you come for
Uh,
dinner tomorrow night?
uh, yeah, tonight I'd have to.
No,
Yeah,
tomorrow
sure.
night.
Tomorrow
Cool.
night. Tomorrow. Yeah,
Awesome.
sorry, I was just going over my itinerary in my head.
Yeah, no, that's okay.
Uh,
Terry is going to be there too.
um, and like, there's like a real song.
And I think Eddie, stands up and says, it's great to see old friends meeting up with each other. I mean, it'll be no trouble at all, Kira, right? We're so excited.
That's
Yeah, no, that
right.
would be great. I was actually I was gonna grab some tickets for the show. I was gonna talk to Shasta. I need to talk to her about some other stuff as well. Should I grab some for you guys also?
Oh my God, yeah, we're totally going to the show.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'll grab
I
tickets
mean,
for you
I
to go.
am. Yeah.
Uh, it'd
Yeah.
be a pleasure to meet your husband.
I mean, do
You're
you want to go,
not a Hollowell
Eddie?
anymore, then?
Oh no, I'm a Holwell. Yeah, no, I'm not a person to, change my name just because.
Society tells you to. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, thanks, Eddie. You're exactly right. That's exactly what
Wait,
I was saying. Yeah.
and he like spots a frame on the desk, and he's like, "You're a mom?"
Yeah. Can you believe it? This is Evan, obviously. Evan has his dad's hair. And this is Franca. She has my red hair, but red-haired Holwells are pretty rare.
I know that's yeah, no, I'm definitely yeah, I'll definitely does he like baseball or does she? I'll definitely I'll grab some stuff. I usually have something in the back of my trunk. Yeah.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah, I know. Kids are great. The kids are always the best part. About,
Sure.
fans and things like that.
Sure.
Um
So, Kira, we'll chat later about dinner and what the plans are and about Evan and but I think Jeremiah, and he looks like for permission to use your first name, uh, needs some help with real estate, and I think
yeah,
Jenny is
actually,
not around right now, so I
she's
can
not, but I'm
help you.
supposed to he like looks at the watch like, oh, but she was it's supposed to meet her around this time. Uh,
Well, if you want to wait, but I can start putting your details into the system, right? And
oh yeah, okay, yeah,
you
we
don't
could
want to
probably
waste any of your time.
just a couple things. Yeah, I mean, I'm on vacation, so no rush. But yeah, sure. Plus, it'd be cool to know the man that swooped the cure off her feet.
Yeah, yeah.
I can, God, the man who. Ooh, no, I don't want to say that. That feels like it's misogynistic. Uh, no, never mind. Retcon, retcon.
Oh, oh, be
The man who.
quiet.
Uh, you know, we always thought, growing up, she'd be tearing apart a courtroom somewhere, sticking it to the man, not, marrying. Not that are you a lawyer now? Just he's still got feet and mouth. He doesn't.
Nope.
This is why he just hits balls and smiles.
I run the Silent Falls Examiner now. That's
Oh
where I ended
wow,
up.
you always
Yeah.
had a way with words.
Thanks.
Yeah,
Thanks.
debate team stuff. Uh,
I mean, newspapers are dying, so who knows how much longer.
I
But
mean, I've been featured in that thing how many times? So
I
it's usually still.
know.
Hey, do you want an interview? Would that be helpful for the paper?
Yes. Oh my God, absolutely. You just let me know when and
We can bring it up over dinner and your Terry's gonna be there. Yeah,
yeah.
at the dinner. Yeah, at the dinner we can talk about that, and maybe some other ways
Awesome.
I could help out. But I guess me and your I'm sorry, I didn't get your name. And he like looks at me like
This is Eddie. This is Eddie North.
North. All right. Oh, North. Yeah, North, the North family. And he like
Yeah,
just
yeah.
spots off some random North family fact because he knows the history of the families. Uh, yeah, no, of course. Uh, right. Sorry. Why don't we get started? Kira, it was lovely to see you. And I think he like leans over, gives you another hug, like a half hug, shoulder hug, and like kisses your cheek and smile, like a real big smile at Eddie for hugs his wife and kisses her cheek.
Yeah, she very much enjoys that physical proximity with her old friend, and you guys had a lot of apparently some kind of weird stuff happened together for you all together when you were kids. So there's something.
Yeah. I'd give you a noogie, but your hair looks really pretty, and
Yeah,
I don't
thank
think you can
you.
mess it up. You're professionally working right now. Because like that's what we did when we were younger, That's,
Yeah, no
just, we're adults
noogies.
now. Yeah, adults.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, okay.
Hey, um, the awkwardness that keeps on giving. Let's let's take our break. Okay. Um, so Kay, um, I think, yeah, what happens probably is that Jenny Monteiro arrives back and, you know, thanks Eddie for doing all the grunt work on this new account and, takes over.
Yeah, no, I agree. Uh, that's what he thought he was doing anyway. Not realizing, like he knew, but he kind of knew, the guy's probably trying to snipe him, but he wouldn't do that to Jenny. So let's figure out his time. He's like, not like
Um,
I imagine once they're in her office, not like you to be late. Everything okay?
Not just development meeting ran over. Um,
Hmm.
you know, any other business can sometimes be a bitch.
I got lucky. I just have to hit a ball.
So, I was wondering, um, how you want to deal with this. Obviously, I shouldn't say obviously. I think you're going to be interested in something lakefront, something with privacy, some great views. Um, but there's other houses in Solomon Falls if you want a townhouse or maybe uh, one that houses out by the cliffs. So
Oh,
I was thinking we could just drive around.
yeah, no,
And
that sounds good. We could just drive around. I don't, you know, I I've never bought a place before. I've just, rented in condos and things. So I bought the condos and then I sold them, but like I didn't, they were just like for contracts, like when I was with those teams. So I've never really bought a place with the intention that I'd keep it before. Although this whole thing could be, I don't know, well, I'd still definitely want to give you business, no matter what. Purposeless. We don't know what Lorraine's doing with the house yet. Although I'm sure it'll probably go to one of her daughters or something. I'm talking to, yeah. If you could show me the houses you think are good for, you know.
so I guess the question is, you're looking for a bachelor pad, like family,
No,
friends staying over, what kind of space are you looking for?
uh, place to pop in, be fresh, maybe restart some things, still didn't work out last, and he holds up his hand with the last girl, woman I was seeing. I'm sure you know that was all over the news. Uh, but who knows, maybe one day, but not yet.
Okay. Um, so yeah, I mean, is this a challenge? Is this looking for the right place? I don't know. We should use the mechanics for something, right?
Yeah, no, I agree. I think it's trying to quote unquote find the right place. And I think
Yeah.
the question is, does that even exist? Like, what even is the right place?
Um, Game has mechanics, it does. Look, there's a new tab in the Keeper, like where all the mechanics are, so we must. Um, so I guess let's look at the difficulty of the action. Um, we start with one. Active opposition. I don't know that that is the case here, right? I mean, I guess other people might be buying houses. That doesn't seem like active opposition to me. Ill-prepared or ill-equipped PC. I mean, is Jeremiah's general flusteriness indicative of him not having really thought about this before?
Um, I think it's sort of like when more along the lines of when you go back someplace and you revert to like who you were in that time. Like I don't know, like I've not lived where I grew up, but whenever I go back to that town, I feel like I'm the same like high schooler. Like it's, like it doesn't matter how suave or cool or whatever, how many degrees, how smart you are, you're still that same lost teenager whenever you go back to your hometown.
Just like Jeremiah is looking at all these houses which he doesn't think he's in the right kind of social group for now
Yeah, like he's
because he's back in his
like at
hometown.
first his heart is like, oh, I can't, like his brain's like, oh yeah, I can't afford this, and then he realizes he could afford the whole fucking neighborhood if he wanted.
Mhm.
Like, and it's sort of, he had that trouble as a kid, like where do I belong? And he still struggles with that.
Yeah. So let's call that ill-prepared.
Hmm.
Um, more powerful, numerous, or massive target. Um, I mean, I guess it's a chunk of change, but I don't think it fits. Unfavorable narrative circumstances, no, an action requiring time. I think this probably requires a bit of time. It's not like something you can just get
Yeah.
done. Um, you got to drive around town and maybe look at a few places and
Hopefully not get recognized, because that'll then take time away.
yeah,
And
yeah. I mean, that might be a complication, right? So that looks like one, two, three difficulty, which, is as difficult as it was for the kids to open the door in the library, right? Um, okay, so to reach a complete success, you must put forward as many assets as the difficulty score. So an asset is a trait, an advantageous narrative circumstance, or a token. Um, so I guess, I mean, baseball star sounds like it's an asset here, right? Because that means you
yeah,
have the money.
for
Um,
sure.
what else? Uh, I guess, right, you have a real estate agent helping you, right? Does that?
That is true, yeah. That is an asset.
Yeah. So that's two. So you could spend a token or take on a complication.
Yeah, no, let's take on a complication.
Um, a narrative setback, an extra concern, a new obstacle, a future action made more difficult. Um, I, th- yeah, I mean, there is, and I'm just looking at the map. There's obviously only two appropriate properties here because there's the Monteiro mansion, which is obviously not going to happen. But there is the recording studio, which I guess is no longer a recording studio, but which is purportedly haunted. Um, is that, I mean, that sounds like a complication that might also get the pact involved. So it's a twofer,
Yeah,
right?
I mean, wow, Jenny Montero's not great at her job if that's where she's bringing him, but
Well, maybe it's like you drive by on the way to somewhere else, and it really um, grabs your attention, and then maybe on the way back after seeing a bunch of kind of cookie cutter mansions, you ask if you can stop there, and it is for sale.
yeah,
Um,
I think it's sort of like he's kind of at that frustrated place. Yeah, he's looked at like several different places and just none of them have have he hasn't been able to tell her like why. Also, it's a lot of like none of this feels right kind of vibes. Like he doesn't have the words for it. And they're passing it again, and he's like, "Hey, that's a for sale sign, right?"
It is. It is for sale. Um, I mean, it's a great place, but I would have been hard selling to you if you were a musician, like, because it has a recording studio still there from the old days. It's got a little boathouse, like 30 or 40 yards down the shore, and that's the extent of the property, so a lot of space here.
Yeah, all
But
this space.
I mean, we used to always say this place was haunted. Um,
But
I shouldn't be telling you that, but uh,
yeah, but I mean, who really believes
who,
in it?
who
And it's not
believes in
like the
that
guy died
nonsense,
there,
right?
He died on tour or something. You're just being kids.
Yeah, I mean, I love it. It's like it's not like
Could
any place else you'll find in town.
Yeah, and I could always, like keep the recording area and then build something else.
Yeah,
There's
plenty of
land and it's
room.
on the water, kind of private lake vibes.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, why don't we stop there? I haven't been there in a while, and I think when he says that, I'd like to make a meta note if this is okay, Mads. We definitely used to go there to hook up all the time.
Yeah,
Like when we were kids, like
sure.
that was like
Yeah.
the hookup spot. Like was this
Okay.
old abandoned recording studio that people wouldn't go to because it's haunted.
Oh, maybe he tried like writing you a song like in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of more why he's like, oh wow, when he sees it, it's nostalgic, and
Yeah.
he's not going to tell Jenny that, but
Of course. No. But
but
oh god. And then she was crashing on him. Oh fuck no. Sorry. Okay.
Okay. I mean, I'm happy with that. Obviously, there's like a tour, and there's like, oh, let's find out what the price is and all that kind of really important real life stuff. But yeah,
yeah, and I think yeah, we do that, and he'll yeah, it's towards the end, and he's like uh we're still on, right? Your dad wanted to have dinner when I was in town.
yeah. I mean, he did say that, but I don't know when. Uh, I mean, Friday night or when do you think?
Oh, I thought tonight.
Tonight?
But i- if that's and then he like looks away like if that's an imposition, I would just sorry when the conversations I figured that would be first place, but it doesn't have to be that. I can always entertain myself.
No, listen, I'll pick you up. I'll send a car to pick you up and say 8 tonight.
Yeah, thanks for getting the room under your name and everything at the hotel. I appreciate that. That
I
way,
mean,
no
small
one's
town, it's like the people feel like they own you even more than usual, I find.
yeah. Well, it was really good seeing you again, Jenny. And he gives her
Yeah,
like a but yeah, we'll find out the information on that property. And yeah, I'm sure you know people in construction in the area also. So if we want to develop that. Oh, but
yeah.
also I could do Friday if tonight doesn't work. But tomorrow night I'm actually going to I'm going to Kira Hollowell's house for dinner, and Terry Delling's gonna be there.
Wow. Getting the
Yeah,
band back together, huh?
yeah, kind of a little. Seems like everyone's back in town.
Wild. Well, yeah, I give my regards to Terry.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I might pop along to the gig. Um,
Oh yeah, do you
on
want
Saturday.
tickets? Terry's doing that show. I'm gonna grab some tickets. Do you want to go?
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I'm just gonna. I'll probably just buy like a box. Dripping Dagger probably doesn't have boxes. Sorry. Yeah, I'll grab just like a bunch of tickets. Whatever they. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
hometown musicians and all that. Gotta support that.
absolutely. And of course, yeah, I know Kira. She's like um, married to someone in the office.
Yeah,
Uh,
the gentleman who
you
helped
met
with
him.
the
Yeah,
paper.
Eddie,
Yeah, the
Eddie,
paperwork
yeah.
earlier. Yeah. All right. Well, thanks for the ride. Appreciate that. I imagine he's like stepping out onto hotel property or something.
Yeah, okay. Lots of plates spinning. How do people feel about going back to the teenage years?
Yeah.
Find out what those responsible people are up to.
Yeah, sure. That's fine.
Um, it's real nice that Jenny says that she knows Kira just because someone at the office that she works with is married to Kira. Not because she was a psycho. I mean, Jenny was
Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
harassing her friend and debate partner. All right.
Hmm.
That was well
Well,
played.
people like her never remember, right?
No, yeah, that was really well done. I hate her more now.
Oh. Okay. Um, okay, so let's go back to 1999. Where do we think we want to go to? Do we, I guess we have the picnic on picnic slash mushroom event. Or do we want to do something different?
I wanted to
I
something
guess,
different just because I want Mendel to be there for that because it was supposed to be like all four of us. If that's
yeah,
okay with people.
yeah. I guess in terms of other things, we have that dinner at Monica's where we'll see
Oh,
Terry and Jeremiah.
that would be so cool if you guys are down for doing that.
I mean, we could jump around in time, I guess. I mean, right? I mean, I don't.
Yeah.
We can do that dinner. We can do something else, whatever.
Yeah, whichever feels good. That's fine. Um,
Um, what about you, Mark? What do we think for Kira? What will we see her up to? Hmm. Exploring the woods. Um,
I wonder if is there any value in a scene where Jeremiah has a game and Terry and Kira and Remy are there watching it? Is there anything to bite into related to?
I mean,
I
I
want
guess.
to. If
Oh,
we're gonna do that,
sorry.
I mean, like, I'd like you to get a token, cause yeah.
Yeah, and Kay suggested interrogating the pact. Maybe one of the pact members for them. This is a clandestine meet in the stands. They'll sit next to us and communicate in their stupid, nerdy monster hunting vernacular about why they're looking into Jenny and her friends.
How do we feel about if we do that timey-wiming it a little bit so that this is actually the day before?
Yes,
This game happened the day before the one we were going through last time. And it's like the semifinals game.
absolutely. Yeah, we could
Okay.
totally. As far as I'm concerned,
Yeah. I mean,
Donna's pretty strict.
Strict with the time-space continuum.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm just kidding.
yeah, I mean, I'm not sure that it matters a huge amount. Like, I guess I would just like to, when we go back and forth, like, does it make sense for us to have like a flashback to something that had happened previously? Or does it make sense for us to kind of continue the emotional thread that we have with the characters? But, whatever makes the most sense.
It could be totally different. Um, it could be a we could be to the dripping dagger again. Let's see if we wanted to. What are there any other places we wanted to explore? Is the recording studio in this era shut down? 98 yet?
Um, yeah, I mean, I think it was still kind of semi-operational in the bump timeline, so in like the
Yeah,
mid 90s. So maybe it's recently closed. Um, maybe the estate has kind of just shuttered it, and no one is buying it because
it's haunted.
dying in mysterious circumstances. I'm not sure that it's known as haunted yet, right?
Yeah.
Um,
I don't know. I'm just spitballing some
hmm.
stuff here. If anybody else has any.
will we will we do the dinner and then maybe something else will occur to us?
okay. Yeah. Yeah. I
Okay,
mean,
so
like,
I just want to talk over because before the dinner we left with him leaving with Mr. Montanaro. We don't necessarily have to do a scene, I guess, but I just want to know like what do we think happened during that before the dinner? Or just like some kind of
Oh
yeah, something.
yeah, I mean we could play that because I don't know what went on there.
Yeah,
Um,
do you want to do that? Because I think it could be interesting if you're okay, Terry, if for Terry for Mads, if Jeremiah runs late to the dinner because of the Montanaro thing, which is again that whole like cluster of like the different spaces where is, you know, do we like that or okay.
yeah, so based on the warning that Jeremiah had gotten um, from Lorraine, what do you think Jeremiah has actually ever been to this mansion before?
I think he has once before. I think it was last year uh when he got the team to like state champions and like hit the thing that the Montaneros are like, and we'll throw a party for the town and for the baseball team. And he went for that. And during that, I think Montanero was very tensive. And at the end, uh, he was like, hey, where are you staying tonight? And he was like, oh, I was gonna go call Lorraine maybe. And it was like clear maybe he wasn't, entirely. He's like, why don't you stay in the guest room?
Um,
And
yeah,
maybe if there's been
so
a few other times, where he'll be like, oh, it's before. So I think a handful of times now, like there was the big one, the first one, and then since before like certain big games or something like that, he's like, why don't you come get a good, nice rest in a nice place? And Jeremiah, unfortunately, feels, feels indebted to the man to say yes. But also like how when you don't have a place to go and someone invites you to someplace really nice, how could you say no?
yeah, and with that kind of fresh warning, uh, ringing in his ears, or not? Like, does he think about why she would have reacted that way? Is he, or is it
Mm,
like straight ahead?
I think it's like he's curious about it, but he doesn't want to ask because he doesn't want to be rude. And at the same time, part of him is like, why would it be so bad, right? Like he could have a mom and a dad, and like, sure, he's almost like an adult now anyway, but like, why would that be so bad if he got to have like the quote unquote nuclear family instead of all of that? But at the same time, he loves and respects Lorraine because she has probably been the one who's done the most raising of him. So it's like a little catch 50-50, the part of him that longs for what that normalcy and that place to belong versus the weird juxtaposition of what he does actually have.
Mhm. So yeah, I mean, when you get to their mansion, um, obviously it's like very, very different from the Briarwood house. It's not a rundown generational home. It's very much kind of well taken care of, staff.
I think what is
Um,
like a new 90s invention that would be super cool to have in your house that like was not a thing that people had in their houses?
I mean, is it something, like it's
DVD player.
the yeah, I was going to go with Laserdisc.
That too. I mean, but I mean, like that was definitely new technology
Yeah.
for that period. I'm sure.
Yeah, but I imagine it's got all like the coolest kind of stuff essentially, like anything that money could buy that was new and showed wealth, I imagine is there. It's like that weird old money, new money thing.
Yeah, and yeah, so Julian the mayor is there, and he greets you with a perfect kind of politician handshake. So glad you couldn't make it, Jeremiah.
Yeah,
Um,
thank you so much, sir. And like he's like trying to mimic his handshake, like do the right back, give a strong grip.
we're so excited about this game. State finals beckoning. I mean, it's just going to be so good for this town.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Um,
Yeah, I talked to coach and he said the scouts are going to be there also, and it should be really good for Silent Falls.
yeah, and let me get you a drink. And, just remember, when you're doing the best for yourself, you're actually going to do the best for the team and the town, right? So don't don't pay attention to any of that pressure. Just, I know you have it in you.
Thank you, sir. Yeah, of course. And I imagine he like toes off his shoes and he kind of like his arms are a little closed in on himself because he doesn't want to touch anything. Because oh my God, what if you broke something?
Um, and yeah, Julian's, there's a lot of patter and a lot of kind of small talk, and uh, I think I'm not sure how Jeremiah thinks about it looking back, but he is definitely kind of stroking the ego, right? He's making you feel like the fate of the town is in your hands.
Yeah, I think it's a good confidence boost, and he's just enough of like a dumb idiot teenager to not realize like how much he's being essentially manipulated here. Like he yeah, like and also like again, most of the people who've been around, like especially because like he knows Jim's his dad, but Jim has just been the town drunk forever, so he's never probably had positive male role models. It's always been like Lorraine or a couple of the other Briarwood women or things like that. Maybe even a woman from the Barnes family. So this is like the first time like an adult male figure other than like a sports ball coach has taken an interest in him and is like supportive and encouraging.
Um, yeah, so I think what else? I mean, I think he also says something like, when you make it big, you got to promise that you'll come and visit, right?
Oh,
Um,
of course. Yeah, no, I would never forget what the town and I mean what you've done for me. Couldn't really run as fast in the cleats that were falling apart and things like that.
well, just remember who your friends are.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, no, Silent Falls supports its own.
So yeah, I think it's like just a family dinner, right, for the Monteiros, and you're just like there at the head of the table. Um, I guess I think maybe it just seems very like maybe what you think is a normal family, although kind of the opulence is again something to behold. Is there something weird or like slightly off-putting about the whole setup, do you
There
think?
has to be. It can't just be nice. There's got to be something off. At least that's my take on it also,
Yeah.
just to
How do they
check with
treat
everyone
each
else.
other?
Ooh.
How do they treat each other? You know?
Um, yeah, I mean, I think there's a pecking order, right? But it seems obvious that Julian is not like someone who is not at the dinner table is above him, right? He is definitely um I think maybe they refer to his father a couple of times, right? Um, and who must be like ancient, um, in his 90s or something. But he is definitely, or the impression you get is that he's the one in charge.
Yeah. I think, he waves to Jenny, and they tend to do dinner earlier because they have the luxury of being home early enough to do that and to have that familyist time, whereas people who have jobs of certain levels, they don't get off and then they have to get home and then it's 7 p.m. and things like that. But yeah, I mean, I'm happy for whatever supernatural, weird, occulty bullshit you ever want to do. That's just my answer. Yes to that always. Uh,
Yeah, and I think uh, if we want to, yeah, I think if we want to like poke the supernatural bear, maybe like after dinner, like there's a break and there's like the dessert trolley will be brought in shortly, but let's take a breather. And
the idea of a dessert trolley just blows his mind.
yeah, um and I think Jenny grabs you and says, do you want to see something cool?
Oh, sure, yeah, whatever you want, Jenny.
And she brings you to this old wooden door which leads into a basement.
Are we allowed down here?
Um, so she says yes, but she's lying.
He can't. He doesn't feel like he has the authority to call her out on it, right?
Mm.
Like he's visiting her house. If she says this, he can't be like, "What do you mean? No, you're not." Like, and so if she says it's okay, he hesitantly follows and crosses his finger and prays he doesn't get in trouble and they don't kick him out.
Um, so she, you know, again, takes you by the hand because it's very dark down here. The lights flicker on these fixtures all the way down. And halfway down, she stops, and there's like, it's very cold. She says, um, I was thinking about Terry.
Oh,
Um,
what about it? Yeah, I mean, I
and
kind of, I
you,
kind of know Terry. He a little, like a little bit.
oh, I thought you were friends.
I mean, yeah, we're like friendly and stuff, but he also just like, we're in the same place, but we're friends-ish, yeah. Why?
Oh no, I was just wondering, do you think he would go out with me?
Um, like, do you I mean, I guess it like depends why you wanted to go out with him.
Well, I mean,
Like,
because I think he's cute.
yeah, but like, do you like music and stuff? Like,
I mean, who doesn't like music and stuff?
um, I don't know. I mean, just I mean, like I wouldn't like obviously like I wouldn't tell you like like how could I? That's not like whatever, or I wouldn't recommend. But I know he's busy a lot because he works. Did you know he works like two different jobs?
Oh yeah, he works at that hovel, the dripping dagger.
Oh, and he like bites his lower lip and doesn't like he like a part of him like wants to say something, but he can't. He doesn't have the power to say something, and he just bites his lower lip. He's like, yeah, he works at the Dripping Dagger, and then he also sometimes he helps out at the diner, and I think a couple times he even does like bar shifts at the library. So I don't know if he has time to like see anyone, and that would be kind of boring for you, wouldn't it? Not that he's not, he's like a really nice, sweet, like nice guy, like he's fun to hang out with, but like then you're gonna have to like structure it around like his work schedule, and you probably can't like not that I could do this, but like like you probably want to go to like nice places, and that might not be something you could do, you know.
Hey, hey. Um, and it seems like you were just standing on the stairs, but in fact you're at the in the basement proper now. And these dusty old wine bottles like up to the ceiling. And at the far end there is this stone plinth.
The heck is that?
And there's a hole in the middle of the hovering. Um, and she reaches down through the hole into the darkness, and she's looking at you. And then she kind of slams her shoulder uh, into the hole, like something has grabbed her.
Oh my God. Jeremiah immediately like goes to like grab her arm, put his own down there also to like reach her wrist and pull her out. Like,
And she starts laughing.
you okay? Oh, come on, Jenny. That's not funny.
It was so funny.
I guess it was a little
The
funny.
look on your face. Oh my God. Isn't this cool? I think there's something down there though. And she like puts her face in front of the hole and peers down.
Yeah, I think Jeremiah not wanting to feel left out or like he's not like doing the cool thing will put yeah, he does. Puts his head against the thing to like look also.
And you see two red dots look at you.
Are they no, it's a different game. Two red dots, and I think he sort of almost freezes a little, like eyes locked on those red dots.
And she like gives you a friendly nudge and says, "Come on, we better get back." And she grabs a
Yeah.
bottle of sherry for after dinner on the way back.
And Jeremiah doesn't move yet because he feels like he can't be the first one to break contact. He's waiting for the red dots to disappear or to blink or to something.
And nothing happens. And then she grabs you by the kind of the cuff on your shirt, and like drags you away and breaks eye contact. And you feel something on your cheek, like a scratch.
Yeah, is there blood there?
There's blood there.
Yeah, I think we see in slow-mo on the screen, it's a couple of drops fall down into that like chasm. And he's like, "Oh, I think sorry about that. I think could I get like a band-aid? I think I cut myself on like the stone ledge." As he like puts a hand to it, walks up. I imagine Mr. Montanero is not happy that he has a cut on his face because you can't take a good picture with a cut on your face unless you got hit with the ball, but like in a cool way.
You just have to show the other side, right? Turn the other cheek, Jeremiah. That's what you do in the biz.
That's really good to know, sir. Thank you for the advice. I should probably and then the dessert cart comes out. He is a teenager in front of a dessert cart. He cannot, yeah. And then he's like, I should actually get going, but thank you so much for inviting me over for dinner tonight. It was really nice. I imagine there was like big steaks and things like that. Like just it was I appreciate it. Thank you. And it was good to see you, Jenny. Miss Montanero.
Okay. Let's take a break. So we're back and about to see some exciting baseball action. Uh, uh, so yeah. Okay, why don't you maybe like frame up Jeremiah's moment of awesome,
Oh God.
crowning moment
It's
of awesome during the game?
uh,
Hand wave, just a lot
we're
of
gonna
narrative
it's the
bullshit.
bottom of the ninth
Whatever. Sure.
and the the scores are tied and we're in overtime. And nope, wrong sport. No, wrong sport.
Who cares? We don't care. Hand wave. We don't
Yeah,
care.
yeah,
It's
whatever.
okay.
It's on the wire. Jeremiah's up, and he's teeing up to take his shot. And I think we see as the bat hits the ball and it cracks like lightning. And they're like, and that's a home run. And like the bases were loaded. So like they score like several points. And like everyone's like, oh yeah, like, Jeremiah
Screaming. Yep.
screaming. Like, yeah, there was a guy, not full bases, there was a guy on second and a guy on first. And this was like the last hit. Like other people have been striked out if he didn't get like the team needed this to win,
Hmm.
or else it'd just be a tie game. And yeah, you hear like the almost lightning crack of the bat. It goes like crazy out of bounds. Like they don't even know what the fuck the ball is. And who's on first? I have no idea. Yeah. So yeah. And he immediately drops the bat and starts running like on instinct, doesn't even pause. Like other people are still trying to be like, wait, where's the ball? And he's already running.
So what is it like in the bleachers or whatever passes
Oh,
for seating at this?
it's panda freaking monium. It's like if we had popcorn or if we had any kind of like drinks or anything like that, it's like they've been upended. We're standing, we're cheering, we're like roaring. I think Terry's throat's blown out at least a little bit because like, he's been screaming, because I think we were talking, Kira, and it's like, we were slightly worried, but like not that much. But I mean, like as soon as we saw the ball connect and then like the ball disappear, I think like Terry was just up and then just like I think he gave you he gave you a big hug and then he just like was screaming with his arms up and just like yeah for Jeremiah as he's watching him go and then just like cheering him on and stuff. So it's like go Jeremiah go he's just like screaming him on. So and yeah, that's pretty much like, and that's the energy for everybody in the stands. We're like all going wild. So,
Um, I mean, if this were cheesy, Terry would catch that ball, but I think it's gone into the sea, right? That's how far it's gone.
yeah.
I think that it has disappeared in an uncanny way so that it's never found. And I don't know, I didn't know exactly where I was going with that. But yeah, it's gone.
Uh, what's a strange color of the sky in Silent Falls? Like, if you were gonna see like a strange color of a Silent Falls sky on occasion, what color would it be?
Um, I guess if it's coming up towards dusk, maybe the lights are on. Um, funded by the Monteiros, of course.
Of course.
Um, yeah, I to see there's this angry purple,
Okay.
um, and maybe at that maybe when the ball strikes the bat, there's a crack of lightning
Hmm.
out
Yeah.
there.
Yep. But it goes away as soon as it comes, and then maybe there's a flash of angry purple on the horizon, but then it goes away, and everybody else is just like paying attention to like the home runs and just like just like not even like thinking about it. So we don't notice the weirdness. Um, yeah, and yeah, we will like soon as you know Jeremiah has like rounded the base and everything like that. I think maybe we like hurry down. I think Terry will grab Kira to make sure that she doesn't get lost in the crowd because I mean like of course shrimp, and then we'll like make sure that he holds her hand or whatever, and then make sure that she comes down the bleachers to go with him to congratulate Jeremiah. We'll make
Yeah.
sure that we're outside of the locker rooms and greeting him. So
I think maybe the reason that Kira is like almost staying behind is that maybe she heard one of the one of that mysterious pact group say something like, "You see, I told you. There's something going on with that kid."
So Kira says, listen, I'm gonna catch him after you get back up. You and she says you guys deserve a moment together.
you sure?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Just make sure you don't get lost. All right. I mean, you're kind of short.
Okay.
All right. And he tweaks you on the chin. Take care of yourself. And then he
S-
runs down immediately to
okay.
go catch Jeremiah.
So yeah, there's one of the pact is sitting like basically right behind where you were sitting, right? Still not joining in the crazy pitch invasion. Um, maybe like looking away out into sea, where that kind of purple storm has dissipated almost as quickly as it appeared.
Um, Now, have we established that she knows these guys already?
Uh, maybe. I mean, your cousin Gemma is always hanging around with these people because
Well,
she works in the Dripping Dagger, right?
yeah, not anymore. But
Not
yeah, she
anymore.
was
Okay,
for a
she
while.
used to. Yeah.
She used to, yeah. So, I think that so Kira turns to this person.
I think it has to be Ronan Cross, right?
Totally. Yeah. Um, and she says, "What are you guys talking about?"
What are we talking about? Stuff.
Well, you said that there's something up with this kid. What's that supposed to mean?
I mean, that's you, obviously. There's something up with you.
With me?
Yeah, you're a
What?
Hallwell.
So,
There's always something up with the Hallwells.
well, you should know not to fuck with me. What are you guys saying about my friend Jeremiah?
Oh, he's your friend?
Yeah.
Okay, well, there's something up with him.
Um, well, what does that even mean? There's something up with him. He's really good at baseball. Is that what you mean?
Oh yeah, that's what I mean.
Okay, you're lying.
Oh, okay.
And I want you to just tell me legit what you think is going on. Can I
Okay.
can I as a player spend these two tokens to determine the reaction of an NPC and
You
make him
can. Yeah.
okay. All right, so I'm gonna
Damn you
spend
for
those.
reading the rules, Mark.
So I think the reaction is that he comes clean with Kira and explains what the pact thinks is going on with Jeremiah, I guess.
Listen, some of your friends are into shady stuff that they shouldn't be involved in. There's people doing crazy shit in this town, and
Okay.
some of it will get you killed.
Do you think Jeremiah is in danger? What's he is
Well,
he mixed up with somebody that he's gonna
his,
get in trouble with?
his sister, his half sister, is one of, Jenny Monteiro's crew, right?
Yeah.
And they're always up to no good.
Yeah, okay. And she's thinking about the drugs that they had a Remy stash. But I mean, she says, but I mean, it's like that's like normal small town shit, right?
Normal Silent Falls shit, yeah.
Hmm.
Listen, I mean, I think your friend will be fine. Like, he's not done anything stupid recently, has he? Like, he's not gone to the mansion and like pointing at the Monteiro mansion, like looming over the town.
Kira must know that he's been there. Uh,
Does she?
I don't know. Um, I'm sorry, do we want to bring Jeremiah and Terry into this conversation or switch the conversation so that they have a chance
Yeah,
to
let's switch back
okay.
to the couple, can I say? And I mean, I guess I'm wondering, do you want to play through this kind of very public scene, or do you want to like grab uh, or attempt to grab some privacy? What's more interesting in the limelight?
What do you want, Mads?
I I mean, I don't know. I mean, I think privacy is always like, Terry's deal with this, I suppose, because I mean, like, he's very cognizant of like, you wanting to to, I guess, further your career, I suppose. He doesn't
Yeah.
want to rock your boat, you know?
Yeah, so I think it's several minutes later, right? Like the towns, burst things open. It's the locker room. Most of the other students went home to go like shower or whatever,
Hmm.
and things like that. But Jeremiah stays and uses the shower here because he does not have a home. I mean, yeah, he has a place to take a shower, but whatever. And it also helps him like calm down after a game. It's like one of his like sports ball rituals. That's a thing, because he always takes a shower after, and it's always at like the fourth shower to the right or something like that.
Hmm. Hmm.
And yeah, and he's yeah making it spicy. He's underneath the shower spray, unless you don't
Okay.
want that, or he can be getting dressed in front of his locker if you want that instead.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't have to be, that spicy, at the moment. Maybe it's just, where he, respectfully just kind of waits because, I mean, he doesn't want to, worry
Well,
about,
yeah, he
uh,
watches his hot boyfriend soap up for a minute, and
yeah.
then Jeremiah turns around. He's like, "Oh, hey, Terry, you should have said something. I would have gotten out sooner." And he like, folds the towel around and starts heading towards his locker, pulling out fresh clothes.
No, I mean, it's fine. I just wanted to, you know, give you congratulations and stuff. I mean,
Yeah, thanks. I saw you in the stands with Kira, and I think that was Remy behind the book. Uh, and
Remy's always behind the book.
yeah, that's why I figured it was him. But it really it was nice that you guys were that look. I'm really happy, Terry, that you were there.
Um, when I can, I will be. And he smiles at you, and he'll, he'll come closer and lean in for a kiss.
Yeah. And I think Jeremiah accepts it, and kisses back. And he's like, "Yeah, I know, but you could have gone to work or something. I know you could have picked up a shift and that's important to you, and you chose to be here for me instead." And then he kisses you back again. And then he starts the kiss. It's like kiss, talk, kiss.
Yeah, but yeah, no, it's important. So
Yeah, semifinals. One more game.
yeah, you gotta prove yourself, right? So
Yeah,
show
I've
them
got
what you can do.
some people talking and stuff, so there's going to be something. But if I want the real good, scholarships that come with housing and stuff and things like that, and I need to just next game.
Yeah, you've gotta keep thinking about next game, next opportunity. Yeah.
Yeah, but we don't have to think about that now, right? We just finished this game. We won. I won this game, and that should be special, right? That should be a special time, and I'm with you, and therefore it's a special time. And I think as he says that, he puts his arms kind of around your neck.
And Terry will lean in and put his forehead against yours.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think. Yeah, and I think they kind of just like stay like that for a little while, just leaned up against each other. Maybe there's a couple of like really small kisses, and just luxuriating in the moment that they have this together.
And then he'll realize it's like, you better get dressed.
Oh, yeah, yeah. And he pulls the clothes a little faster, starts pulling them on. Yeah, the team's gonna have a date to Dave Chuck E. Cheese. There's gonna be a Chuck E. Cheese party. I don't know, like Dave and Buster's. Does that even exist in the 90s?
I
Like,
don't know.
uh, there's the coach is throwing at the pizza parlor. The coach is throwing a victory party. Do you want to come?
I I have to check. I might have to take a shift. I mean, I was able to delay a bit for the game. I mean, they
Right, right. Yeah, no, of course. Go to your job. That's important.
Yeah.
And like it's so clear on his face. Like this kid is bad at hiding emotions. Like he's a little disappointed, but like he's also trying to be reassuring. Like,
If
yeah, no,
I
I appreciate you
could,
taking the time for the game.
if I could, I
No, I
would.
know, I know, I know. Hey, it's no big deal. It's just pizza. It's just pizza at Calamity Raccoons. It's like, it's not like and I don't even technically get to have the pizza. Like the players, I think we're getting like chicken parm, but it's not chicken parm because there's no breading on it and it's like low fat mozzarella or something. I don't know. The coach said that we were on like a yeah. Uh
I didn't realize this
I'll
was going to be a full-on horror. Uh,
Oh my God, that's so funny.
I'll I'll catch you later, Terry. And he leans in and gives it's a cheek kiss and he runs off because he knows he shouldn't take too long because maybe they're waiting for him to or someone give him a ride to get to the Pete's place.
Exactly. Yeah. And then like Terry just kind of like stands there for a little bit longer and like looks after you and just sighs. Just like and we'll head back up to the
let's stop
stands.
there.
Yep.
Let's stop the recording and then we can do a quick round of stars and wishes.
Okay.